Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is admittedly the end of the month, but this is the general reading for Monkey from my August session of filming. It's been a busy month, my apologies. So I imagine the Chinese Zodiac signs will be later next month, else they'll be out in a couple of weeks, but then again next month looks just as busy, so I'll get readings out to you when I can. So being a general reading rules apply. If another person appears in this reading, I can get you and them mixed up because the cards don't come with name tags, but I can't really see another person. It's more about you in this reading because, as you can see, I am shuffling them right now, as you can see by the fast movement of my hands. So the other thing is timing's far from absolute. As I say, I'm filming this at the end of August, so this is probably your reading for September, or whenever you are led to the reading and then you just assume that synchronicity has played its part. Now you can ask a question prior to this reading, so pause the video if you have to, think of all the questions that are around you, isolate on one of them, but be aware of all of them because the cards will answer what they want. And the only bit of housekeeping I have to do is down in the description there is a link to the Facebook page for this group, so I post these videos there obviously, and now that YouTube's email notifications have vanished, that might be useful for you. I know it would be for me. I miss my emails. That's how I sorted out what I was going to watch. I post the astrology videos that I watch, assuming that I get to notice that they are there. Now I no longer have email notifications, not that this is a bugbear of mine, but I also post other readers and just things that I generally find of interest, so come and join the fun. But the most important thing is that there is an inbox there, so if you want to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's the way to do it. Right. Oh, and obviously I'm a YouTuber, so like, share, subscribe, and thank you very much for everyone who has so far. Let's get straight onto the cards. So, even though the Tower's right here at the bottom, this is a really, really interesting set of cards that we have here. You have hexagram number 3, which is water above thunder. Now, water above thunder is going to have to fall as rain. And in, I think it was the Celestial Dragon I Ching, it said that this is a hexagram about stand your ground. But I'm going to go with the little booklet that came with these. Thunderclouds release rain that eases tension caused by chaos or confusion. As a new undertaking begins, it sometimes takes a release of pent-up stress to push up onto the next step. Thunder cannot hold the water above it. The rain must fall. In the storm's aftermath, new clarity will emerge. You are being called to... You're being called to do something, but this is something that you already know. This is something that I believe that you have listened to your guidance, to your inner knowing, to the urges of your heart or your belly, whatever. And you said, right, this is the path that I am setting myself on. And I am well aware that I have to level up, but there's several options for me to do it. However, there does seem to be a lot going on in the outside world that will affect your choice or your choice of path. And not all the options that, that you are aware of are all that they are cracked up to be. Some of them are false hopes, false promises, illusions, that sort of thing. Stand your ground. Like I say, what hexagram number 3 says in Celestial I Ching, and this is also doubled with standing firm from the Gateway Oracle. So it's literally hold us steady, boys. Hold your course, because you are finally getting to a point where you can balance the two opposing needs in the situation. and the two opposing forces, you are able to bring them into harmony in a joyful manner. You know, this is not just, say this is you working with another person. This is not just you working successfully with this other person. This is the pair of you working together and both really enjoying it. You know, that's really positive. However, it is work. And this 8 to the 9 of Wands, right in the middle, talks about the last stand. But this is clarified with justice. This last stand tells me that a situation around you that may have been affecting or hindering your progress is going to come to a satisfactory resolution, or that you are going to be proved right with what you said all along and that you're on the right path. But you know which way to go, but it's during the course of the period of this reading that you will be called to commit to it, or that you will commit to it, because this High Priestess and Magician, here it's the Magician looking away from us, and whereas I wouldn't necessarily draw anything from that because it's the Tarot and New Visions, and of course he's looking away from us, with it being the polar opposite to the Magician down here, you know the path where you are able to, I don't want to say come into your own power, because there can be negative connotations to that, where you can declare your own sovereignty, where you will be your own boss, where you will be able to utilize all of your skills to their best extent in a way that makes your heart sing. Because it is time to step up. And notice, I hadn't noticed that, High Priestess again. But here, whereas the High Priestess is showing you by facing you, here she's looking away, looking onto the horizon, looking towards the moon, which is showing her knowledge of the moonlight and the illusions. And bear in mind, there's plenty of options for you to level up. But I want to say, wait. Because right under this last stand business, we've got the Tower card. But the Tower card clarified by the King of Pentacles. So there is something that is going on around you that needs to come to a resolution. And it will come to a dramatic resolution. And you know, that there will be people falling from the towers and screaming and crumbling of bricks and everything. And you will be fine. As I say, I believe you're going to be proved right with this King of Pentacles here. So that is the release event that will enable you to go, ha, now I know how to move forward. But that doesn't mean you can relax until then. We have the Four of Swords reversed, so no relaxing for you. And even though it may be that you are a little isolated in your thoughts at the moment, a little not isolated, you're working on it on your own, even though there is that sense of opposing forces coming together. I rather think that sense of opposing forces is, well, a sense of opposites, not opposing forces, sense of opposites that come together having that fun. But it's like it's in words at the start of the reading and it's in action by the end of the reading. What you need to be doing right now is going, right, I know I'm on the right path. I know there's an obstacle in my way. The moment that that obstacle is removed, because I do get a sense of this is an ongoing saga that you're probably well aware of. But once that ongoing saga is out of the way and done with, how are you going to move forward then? You need to plan for that now. ready to, the moment that this saga is moved out the way, you are able to spring forward, take the responsibility, and take the chance to work like that. So your planning period is now, while this drama is going on around you or in the background, wherever it is. But that drama is an obstacle to you right now. But there may well be options that are open to you to say, oh, you can level up this way, you can level up this way. Stick to your original idea, your original sense of this is what I want to do. Stick with that. Don't necessarily take these options that say you can level up this way, you can level up that way. Stand firm, stand your ground, wait for this tower moment to occur around you, this last stand where you will be proved right, where you will be able to go, that obstacle is no longer in my way. And if you have done your planning, then you know precisely what you need to do once that obstacle is removed, and you can do it the next morning. Simple as that. Crack on with it. And that is sticking. This card is the honouring path, where I've lost my little booklet for that, but I would assume it's pretty much a stay true to yourself. And stay true to yourself as in being the best you that you can be, which you know that you can do. This is what this High Priestess and Magician is telling me. You know that you can do it, and you know how you need to do it. Maybe you just don't have that option at the moment, but that option is coming up. So your initial plan, you need to, I didn't even twig. The other card is details, details. Perfect for Virgo season. But again, is telling me this, that now is the time for your planning. It's not necessarily the time for the doing. It's the time for making that alliance or partnership, but not necessarily surging ahead until all this hoo-ha that's around you has finally resolved itself. Because when the new beginning comes, Fool on the bottom of the deck, it will be fast. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And illusions will be dispelled. Knight to the Queen of Wands. Now this strikes me as getting ready to go through the doorway to something new. Let's have a look what the book says for that one. Knight to the Queen. Let's have a look. Yeah. Coming into one's own and empowerment. So you are on the right path. You are definitely, definitely on the right path here. You just, there is an obstacle. The obstacle will be removed. That's lovely. Right, let's have a look at what verse we've got from the Tao Te Ching. Verse number 64, to be in tune. It is easy to control a situation when it is tranquil. It is easy to deal with a matter before the omen is cast. It is easy to break something when it is fragile. It is easy to scatter something when it is minute. Deal with things before they arrive. Govern a situation before it descends into disorder. What was I saying? Plan. Details, details. Do your planning now. Be ready to spring into action. A huge tree as great as a man's arm grows from a man's arm span, grows from a tiny seed. A 9-story terrace rises from a pile of earth. A 1,000-mile journey starts from a single footstep. He who acts to reach something will lead to its decline. He who tries hard to hold on to something will lose it. So say, stand your ground and let the dust clear. Don't hold on to whatever the situation is around you. There may be even a part of you that thinks, do I want this to resolve in this way? Let it resolve whatever way it needs to, because it opens the path and removes the obstacles for you. That is why That is why the sage does nothing and leads nothing to decline. He does not hold on to anything, therefore he does not lose anything. People often lead their actions to the verge of success and then fail. Be careful to treat the end with equal care as the beginning, then you will not fail. Therefore the sage desires not to desire, not to value precious goods, to learn how not to learn, to cover the mistakes of the multitude, to assist the myriad creatures according to the law of nature, yet he dares not act. Let this situation, whatever it is around you, or the hoo-ha, resolve itself. Plan for once it has finished, and then surge ahead. Okay, nice one, Monkey. There's that's great. That is great. Just hold your ground in the meantime. Cheers.